This beautiful property is totally surrounded by 5 hectares of beautiful land, mixed with fruit trees, a tiny vineyard, lots and lots of beautiful pine trees and forests, and total peace and quiet. Absolutely quintessential Tuscan peace and tranquility. Buonasera, good afternoon everyone, and welcome to another beautiful episode of House Hunters Italy from here in wonderful Tuscany and my own home village of Chianni. But we're up above the village today in the most magnificent point of view in Bell'aria, which means beautiful air. And today I'm going to show you the most magnificent villa, which is a very large villa, and it's divided into 3 separate dwellings, if you like, but all sold today. So there is around 600 square meters of living space. There are also some amazing outbuildings as well. There's 5 hectares of surrounding land that I will show you, and it's just peace and quiet and tranquility, just 2 minutes away from the village centre, and it's very, very special, and I can't wait to show it to you. So let's get going. This is your magnificent drive, which just takes a couple of minutes up from Chianni. You can't even see Chianni below, but it's there. And Voltaire is straight ahead. And lots of beautiful villages out on the horizon at night time. It must be spectacular with them all lit up and glittering in front of you. And I'll just spin around and show you as we come up. We've parked our car behind the house. There's tons of parking. And when I came here for a party, they had a lovely party out the front here of the house in the gardens. How wonderful is that? So this wonderful home, and I was just sitting under that gorgeous little pergola there, is very, very special. It was built in 1650 by the Priory of Chianni. So it's quite a noble building. And also what makes it even more special, I've actually been to a mass in this house because it has its very own chapel, which up until now, it's totally up to you if you do this, but I'm going to enter. And of course the light, there we go, the camera will adjust inside. Look at this, you have your own chapel which is still consecrated. Now that makes it very special because once a year they hold a lovely little mass in here. There's San Donato, which is the patron saint of Chianni. These are beautiful ancient frescoes that the families have kept in such wonderful condition over time. What a beautiful tapestry we have here on the wall. And then here we have Santa Maura, which I don't know a lot about Santa Maura. But as you can see, it's wonderful. I've been in here when there's been 20 people at a mass, and it's very intimate, very beautiful. And it's totally up to you if you would like to keep the church consecrated, the chapel I should say, or whether you want to just leave it and have it as a special part of your future home. Just as a little bit more of information, these beautiful frescoes were done by the School of the Tempesti. Now they were very, very famous artists from Volterra, and these paintings date back to the 1800s. While I'm still outside, look at this wonderful old bread oven, but as you can see, it's like a little cottage in its own right. It's so picturesque, and I'm not going inside, but it still is totally in use. It's just that they store things in there at the moment, and you can definitely cook your bread. Just a couple of weeks ago, the gentleman was telling me they had a lovely bake up in there, and look at the views behind. By the way, this is also your property behind, with a couple of the little outbuildings I was talking about, and also still part of your land beyond the fence. So just before we head inside, some important information is that this wonderful facade, which I adore, and the roof, the entire roof, was totally redone and restructured in 2018. So it's in absolutely perfect condition, not a thing to do. Right, let's go inside. Now this is actually one of the guest apartments, not the main home, but it's really magnificent. You're going to love this. So this is guest apartment that you can rent out. The doorways in the corners are the technical rooms, so they house the boilers, the electrical systems. Beautiful staircase. And look at this sensational kitchen. I just love it. I love the colour choices as well, but look at the ceilings in here. What a beautiful, beautiful guest kitchen. I'd be happy to be a guest staying here. That is like a pantry, if you like, and then you have a monumental size fireplace in your kitchen, which, as you can see, is well used. You can light it. Just glorious and beautiful views out into the hills of Tuscany from your window. Now I'm just wandering up a staircase to take you to the sleeping quarters and more living space. To my right straight away I have the first of the lovely bedrooms in this particular apartment. As you can see, it's very, very spacious. Again, lovely vistas. I've just had some cloud come across, but it's beautiful and so peaceful. Beautiful timber shutters throughout. And then I'll take you across the other side of the corridor. On our right, we have a bathroom. Sorry for the glare of the light, but this has been fully restored, as you can see, modernised with a large walk-in shower. Very light and bright. Lovely modern vanity. Of course, there's central heating throughout. And then to my right, there's another beautiful bedroom. This has the original 1800 tiles on the floor, which I adore. A lovely chandelier. All the rooms have Tuscan ceilings, some of them painted just by the choice of the owners. And this bedroom looks out to the little vineyard, which is out the back of the property. So as we wander down the corridor, this door takes you into the attic. And then this is the last of the rooms on this level, which again is another living space, if you like, with a large table. These are the original terracottas from the 1650s. Aren't they in amazing condition? They've been so well cared for and waxed and sealed over the years. They're beautiful. And this was what they call a noble, I'm just trying to translate it, a noble room, which the noble rooms mean the rooms, they used to have doorways that would go along. So they've been blocked up, but each room joined the other. I love the lighting in here with the strip lighting around the lovely cornices. I think that's beautiful. Again, a very comfortable room, cozy but large enough to have lots of friends come and sit in here. And again, with absolutely beautiful garden views and distant vistas. Well, now I'm outside the principal home, or part of this major structure. You'll understand that it was such a wonderful, noble home. We're going straight in now through these lovely doors into this, oh my gosh, a dream kitchen for me. Wouldn't I love a kitchen like this? This has been done to a very, very high standard. Absolutely gorgeous. You have everything you could possibly want in here. Look at the size of this fireplace and the vaulted brick ceilings. It's just magnificent. And if you didn't have a couch in here like they have, you could easily put even a larger dining table if you wanted one, or if you were someone that wanted a modern island, you could do that. But I think it actually would take away a little bit from the splendor of the antique pieces in here in the architecture. Just to let you know, this wonderful stove that is inside the chimney actually is central heating. Now, when you put the timber in there, it actually keeps all the radiators going right throughout the house, but they also have 6 kilowatts of solar power on the new roof as well. So it's a very, very well maintained house with all the mod cons. And before we leave the kitchen, the lovely timber door in the corner leads to a long corridor style ripostiglio or storage room, which has a large boiler in it as well. So it's purely storage, and I couldn't find the light switch, so it's pitch black in there. Let's go through and see how we go upstairs. So we're coming through into a small corridor here. Now this is exceptional. I have to show you these ceilings. This wall on my right is one that has been added. The apartment on the ground floor that I have shown you, actually this is the back wall of that. So when you went in that door, you would have been coming straight into here and headed up these monumental stairs, which are the original 1650 stone staircase with all of this beautiful architecture. And that is going to lead us upstairs to the bedrooms on the next 2 floors. So I'm just arriving up that magnificent staircase with the wonderful stone steps that I adore and the 1650 terracotta tiles. And this is on the first floor, and we're going to go straight away to the right down this gorgeous corridor, and we have 2 principal bedrooms. Now this one is for children, but visiting children at the moment. It has a desk, it has loads of space, as you can see. You could fill this up with all beautiful antiques and do whatever you want. But as you can see, it's set up for kiddies at the moment. Looking out into the lovely tree. They could imagine themselves playing in those trees. Oh my gosh, look at these tiles. I can't get over these. And this is currently the owner's main bedroom, their master bedroom, which is very, very simple but beautiful, has large wardrobes, and of course, being at the front of the house, has those magnificent views. I hope you can see those with the cypress look right in front and looking all the way to Volterra. Stunning. On this same middle floor, we have the older of the bathrooms, which they haven't rebuilt, but they said they were happily living with it. But of course, you could remodel it if you wanted to. It's actually in excellent condition. It probably just needs maybe some modern tiles, but it has a lovely sized bath. It's a good sized room, toilet, bidet. You might want to modernize the sink perhaps, but it's perfectly usable as it is. Light and bright and perfect, really. So I've just made it to the very top of this wonderful main part of the home, and on the very top level where they redid all of the ceilings, the roof, everything, it's beautiful. You have number 1, it's a bedroom, but the gentleman's using it as his study, as you can see, with a nice piece of gym equipment. Look at the depth of those windows. Wonderful, wonderful, beautiful beams, all solid, all redone. But wherever they could, they've kept the original pavements on the floor. So most of the rooms have original tiling from 1650. Now, as I come down here on this top floor, once again, you have another very, very large double king size room, really. Of course, with the slanting ceiling, but there's plenty of height. They've put a little bar because it's just occasionally used, let's say. but it is ample space, and you can definitely put other furnishings in there. And I love the skylights as well, I must admit. And then the last of the brand new bathrooms that was made up here, with just 2 steps to go down, is glorious. It has a very, very deep shower, really lovely. Lovely tiles that are very modern stone look. Love the little old window at the bottom there. Just turn around for you so you can see it this way. So there we have it, and that's the end top floor of the main home. Well, I've returned outside to show you the third of the apartments within this beautiful home. Of course, it was one home that's been divided, but now we have a third apartment that is its entrance. It's a beautiful guest apartment which is actually currently rented, and that's why unfortunately we can't see inside, but I'll share some photos on the screen with you. It has a massive garage there that can easily accommodate 2 cars. It has this really sweet little garden area, but also to the left, I'm just going to have to watch that glare of the sun. Let me move back into the shade. There is this wonderful little building. Isn't that adorable? That is actually 80 square meters, top and bottom, 2 levels, which could easily be made into another habitable building. So you have another 80 square meters that you could use as another little cottage. I mean, that's 80 square meters is the size of an average home in the village here in Chianni, so it's not tiny at all. And I just love, I'll bring you over here, I love how in the garden they've purchased an old Sicilian, well actually it's not that old, Sicilian gelato bike that they go around on via the beaches or the towns, and they sell you gelato with all the gorgeous paintings on it. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's got Etna. For all you Sicily lovers out there that follow me, you'll be enjoying this one. Oh, now you can see from this side how big this place actually is. So top, side, bottom, at the back there, that's a large building. So there's another 80 square meters for you, and I'll just spin around again so you can see here. So we were upstairs before in the main part of one of the other apartments. If you need floor plans for this house, of course, you can contact me on househuntersitaly.com. You could also email me at househuntersitaly@proton.me, Proton. It'll be on the screen. You can make inquiries about this wonderful, wonderful home here in Chianni in Tuscany, well, Bellaria to be exact. Just a little bit more. They've hidden some garden furniture here, but that's a little bit more of the wonderful architecture. Now that was one of the bathrooms I showed you upstairs. It sits over an arch. Oh, this is just such a beautiful, interesting, historical building. It has so much incredible history, so much nature, so much peace. I could go on, but I'm going to just leave you with these lovely village images going up into the rest of the hamlet. Oh, by the way, there are about 10 homes in this tiny hamlet of Bellaria above Chianni. I've just brought you out the back of the property now with the little hamlet road. A lot of this land here up to the tree line is also belonging to the property. 5 hectares is a lot of land, so you've got so much space. The one thing that's probably missing from this property for many of you is a lovely swimming pool. Well, here you have the room to put in a resort-sized swimming pool, a tennis court, whatever you want. Or you could grow your own vineyard or your own olive grove. The lady here is a winemaker, and they did have vines here, but she's now looking after another vineyard. There are vines growing out the front which you could tend to and make your own wine. So space, there's plenty of it. Tranquility, plenty of that as well. Well, this one is really special. I hope you've enjoyed the tour today. I have absolutely loved walking through this property and around it. I think I have said wow many times over. It is absolutely one of the most charming, beautiful homes I've seen here. It just has history in every single corner, and the owner was so kind. He kept on coming up and saying to me, oh, this is from that century, this is from that century, and telling me so many wonderful stories. You could read books about this particular home. So if you're interested and you feel this is my dream home, or something you could share with family, because 3 apartments, or friends, you might get together with friends, please feel free to contact me, as I said previously, and I'm here to help. If you would like help with anything further to do with your property search, or even help with immigration, taxes, all those sorts of things, I have a wonderful team of people around me that help me with all of those kind of things, and we can definitely assist you to make your Italian property dream come true, and perhaps come and live La Dolce Vita here with us. We'd love to meet you soon. Finally, to finish off today's video, of course, the price. Well, this beautiful 600 square metre home with 5 hectares of land, incredible views, architecture beyond what you could ever dream of, it really does have it all, is priced at 1.2 million euros, which I think in fact is very, very well priced. So if you're interested, please contact me, as I said, and let's get you living the amazing Dolce Vita at this beautiful place, perhaps lying on this hammock. Alla prossima, arrivederci.